Sean, Bear and Chris, your turn first. What do you like the look of?
Well, we've got Bear Grylls on, so we'll go for the man trying to start a fire.
OK, here is your question. Most people believe they could survive alone for a week in the wilderness. True or false?
They probably believe it, but they probably wouldn't.
Yeah, but I would.
I've watched nearly all of your shows. I am genuinely a massive fan. I've watched nearly all your shows, and it seems like nothing can't be solved by drinking your own piss.
It's very overrated, drinking your own pee.
All right,
The worst one I had was I'd killed a snake in the desert and I skinned it, and I thought I'd pee inside the skin and keep it as like a water bottle around my neck. And then about a day later, after being kind of in the heat of the desert, and I drank it, and it was like mixed all the snake innards, and I thought this really is a bad cocktail.
Drinking your own urine is meant to be good for you. Nonsense. I put my back out.
My favourite episode of your show was when you literally just got out of your helicopter. But you got out of it, you walked down the hill, you found some bear poo, and you got a bit of apple out of it. And you went, oh, yeah, apple. And you washed it with your water. And you ate it immediately. I thought, you've just got off your helicopter! How are you already home? Put it in your bag!
Chris, if you think that's bad, have a look at this.
In hot climates, if you try to walk in the heat of the day with no water, you may last no more than 4 hours. But if it's a choice between life and death, there's a survival trick I was shown by an old ranger. One thing you can do if you're stuck out here with no water source at all is actually drink the fluid from a fresh elephant dung. Pretty disgusting, but it could save your life. It's a real last resort. There can be harmful bacteria in that water, but if you have nothing else to drink, it could buy you extra time.
The worst bit was when that lump actually did drop off, and then that wasn't meant to happen.
That was the worst bit about drinking the dung water.
It was a ranger who told me this, but I always think of the ranger. I bet he's seen it now on TV and go, that idiot, you believe me?
It seems like an unnecessary step. I've actually written a survival book. And it's real. The unique feature about my survival book is it's edible. There it goes. Day 1, eat page 1. Eat page 2. Page 9, don't eat this, it's poisonous.
You never seem to make any puddings. That's what always bothers me. It's always... Well, you know, I understand that you can, you know, eat a squirrel or whatever, or, you know, suck something's poo, but... There's nothing similar to angel delight, is there?
What's the worst thing you've eaten to stay alive?
The worst is probably raw goat's testicles, or... Actually, no, big yak eyeballs was bad. No, actually, the camel intestinal... fluids from a camel intestines, that was the worst.
I think the eyeball would be worse for me, because he'd be looking at you.
Being difficult to get down. The amazing thing is, it doesn't really digest, so when it comes out the other end, if it's a... You know, it's...
What wouldn't you do then? Would you, like those guys that went down, the plane went down in the Andes and they had to eat each other, would you eat another human being to stay alive?
What a question, you know. I mean, it's a difficult one, isn't it? I mean,
you definitely would.
Yes!
It's not a difficult question. I think most of us go, no, I wouldn't. I'd rather die. It's a difficult question if you're a maniac.
If I was with my kids and I died, I think I'd want my kids to eat me if it kept them alive.
OK, so what do you think? Most people think they could survive alone for a week in the wilderness, true or false?
Yeah, I think kind of people, are, you know, see it and they'd be excited to give it a go, so I think people would hope that they'd be able to survive.
OK, and what do you think?
I think yes.
I think most people would think that they could. I think true.
We think yes, true.
I can tell you the answer is true. 63% of people think they could survive for a week in the wilderness. If I was lost in the wilderness, I'd stay warm by shaking with fear, and I'd get water by drinking my own endless stream of tears. Easy. 17% of church leaders think if Jesus came back to Earth now, he would what?
Be very old?
He definitely points out that the Da Vinci Code is a load of bollocks. I didn't marry Mary Magdalene. Moved to France. I hate France.
I think he'd be a bit too soapboxy. A little know-it-all-y. Don't you think?
No. clue what you're on about, Scott.
Do you think if he came back, he would be sectioned on the first day? Hello, I'm Jesus Christ. Right, come with us. Have a nice cup of tea and a sit down.
Who's to say I haven't come back?
Yes, I am.
That is an exclusive. Of course, claiming to be Jesus is quite insulting to the Christians, but it doesn't really matter. They don't take it that seriously. They're probably out there now thinking, if I get hold of that Sean Locke, I'm going to bloody well forgive him.
Yeah.
I'll give you a clue on this one. It's about his choice of vehicle.
He'd have his own jet.
He'd have hover boots.
Classic hippie-ish.
Is it a VW van?
Yeah.
Exactly the right answer. Yeah, this is 17% of church leaders think if Jesus came back to Earth now, he would drive a camper van. I suppose it's better that Jesus Christ has a camper van rather than a Yamaha. You don't want him doing a skid and killing a kid and busting his balls on a dustbin lid. 20% of Brits have sent a text message, what?
Is it 20% of Brits have sent a text message when really a bunch of flowers and a deepest sympathy card would have been more appropriate?
20% of Brits have sent a text message playing the game Fuck You Roulette, which is where you type fuck you into your text message and then just go through your contacts like that.
Is it putting a kiss at the end of the message, then delete it, then putting it back on again afterwards? Should I do that? No, I should. Yeah, I will. No, I won't.
I like it when you do, Dave. It's to do with what you're wearing.
Naked.
Yeah.
What do you mean,
Correct.
Scott?
Yes, correct. 20% of Brits have sent a text message whilst naked. I'm in the boot of a car, just gone over a bridge, I think I'm passing a quarry, sounds like an abattoir, send help, smiley face. In a poll to find the best thing about retirement, taking up new hobbies came second. What came first? So what's the best thing about retirement?
Is it finding out what your dog does all day long? At work, I imagine people have got a dog and think, what's he doing now? When you're retired, you go, oh, he sits over there. He goes over there for a bit. And then he goes up the stairs, pines at my bedroom door, then comes right down.
I'll definitely pretend to forget my relatives.
Oh, yeah, that's
Don't know who you are. You might as well leave. Then carry on watching the telly. Thank God they've gone.
The train journey to Switzerland. Lovely scenery. That's the last time I used Eurostar, but I told my nan we were going to Euro Disney.
I'm just going to do all the things I do now, but not get the piss taken out of me for them. Right? I'm going to tuck things in, I'm going to pull my trousers up, I'm going to buy slippers. I bought a pair of slippers last week, and, you know, at my age, you have to make an ironic, just wacky, just, you know, it's just a joke, really. Just, I want to wear slippers in my house. Really soft on the inside, sliding into a slipper.
Sorry, give me the sliding into a slipper noise? That should be a lady.
What are you putting in the slipper?
If you've got... if you've got the right slipper, you don't need a woman. That's what I'm going to say.
I think eating. I think my gran was a big eater, just never store and not eating. You know, they love listing who's dead.
Oh, that's their best thing ever,
that's
yeah.
like their favourite thing. All excited that Janet's dead, and they've outlasted Janet.
People you don't know.
Yeah. Do you know Elsie? You know her mum?
Whoa. OK, my nan...
not Elsie.
My nan's called Elsie.
No, Elsie's all right.
I can't believe they found you first.
I've got some really terrible news. Ollie is your new granddad.
Like, your first reaction when you found out I was your grandson was to give me a pervy wink.
OK, so Beth, you've been the closest so far, Sean, with your trip to Switzerland.
Is it holidays?
I'll give you that. The best thing about retirement is time to travel the world. Of course, once you've retired, you can go anywhere. Down to the post office, to the bingo, to the post office, then maybe the bingo, or even the bingo, and then the post office. OK, Sean's team, you ought to go first. Pick one.
I like the people who are carrying a sturgeon.
Catfish. It's a what's worse question. According to statistics, what's more risky, fishing or horse riding?
Well, horse riding is much more dangerous, isn't it?
You're going
This
horses?
is more dangerous because when you fall off horses, you can only fall in the riverbank, which is by rights near the edge, so not as deep as the middle, so you should be able to get out.
No one's ever tried fishing at sea, have they?
Oh, you didn't say that, did you? You didn't say that. Not all fishing. Of course, fishing's more dangerous if you're in a trawler. Oh, you fuck. Oh, now.
I think I said fishing or horse
No,
riding.
You said fishing like it's fishing. You can go fishing. Like commercial.
All right, let me do it again,
huge,
Sean.
Big Russian ships. I mean, of course fishing's worse than horse riding. You're living out in a trawler in the North Sea. Force 9, you've got no chance.
All right, what's more dangerous? Fishing or horse riding? What is more dangerous?
Yes, thank you. Let's start again. Well, I think it's horse riding.
Final answer?
It's obviously fishing. If you're including all fishing, do you think I'm stupid?
I can tell you that fishing is riskier. Yeah, you're 6 times more likely to die fishing than you are horse riding, and the chances increase dramatically if you're a fish. Sean, Carol, David, what do you like the look of?
We'll have a downloading.
Oh, yeah, we like
Downloading, OK.
Yeah.
You've chosen the download icon. Take a look at this clip from 1992.
Jane, hold up. Look, I brought a disc, and we could copy this. All we gotta do is... Whoa.
Did I hear you right? Did I hear you saying that you're gonna make a copy of a game without paying? Come on, guys. I thought you knew better. Don't copy that floppy.
But I just wanted to make one copy.
You say, I'll just make a copy for me and a friend. Then he'll make one and she'll make one, and where will it end? Don't copy that floppy. So let me break this down for you. To do the right thing, it's really simple for you. The copyright law, it will tell you what to do. Buy one for every computer you use. Don't copy that floppy. Don't copy that floppy. See ya, I'm out of here.
I have learned my lesson through educational hip-hop right there. I am never downloading anything again.
Well, the question is, do the audience, we asked them before the show, do they think illegal downloading from the internet is stealing, yes or no? But I should add, we asked them that question before we showed them the clip, because obviously now they know better.
Well, it's stealing, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody knows it's stealing.
Yeah, but do they think but is it really
I think it's really
stealing?
It is really stealing. In fact, this is one of the few things I'd say they should have the death penalty for. Death penalty, because the death penalty, I don't think it's a deterrent for murder. Because I think people will murder in deep passion, they think they won't get caught. Whereas, if you thought you could get beheaded for downloading a film, you go, maybe I'll just rent it. If it's genuine, it would work.
Have you ever illegally downloaded something?
Yeah,
be honest.
I have illegally downloaded stuff, but I, you know, at this point in time, I definitely buy.
You should be taken from this place to a place of execution, where you should be hung by the neck until you are dead.
I still buy more music than I've ever bought before. I'm still consuming more music, albeit in slightly different ways. Times are changing, buddy. You square. This is the 90s. I mean, it's tricky though, because is it stealing?
Yeah.
But it's stealing from a shop called Free Music, and it's a shop that in the past has ripped you off for the last 20 years. So.
Well, like my brother said to me the other day, he said, "Oh, will you meet me mate, Jim? He just wants you to sign his copy of your DVD." So I said, "Yeah, all right, no worries." So I've come round, and it's a pirate copy. My DVD that he's gone and actually printed the script, the cover and everything, and gone, "Can you sign that?" I've gone, "No, I can't bloody sign." In the end, I just signed it, Jimmy Carr. There you go, deal with it. That's how it works.
Have you ever illegally downloaded anything?
I don't think so, no, but I do download apps, but I pay for those all the time. I love the apps.
You loving the apps, yeah.
I'm loving the apps on the iPhone. My favourite is iFart at the moment. I know it's childish, but it's caused me a lot of laughs.
What does that do?
49p. It's great. It's great. It's
49p? You could have brought Sprouts.
Downloaded iFart. It's got all the different sounds, and they've given it like squelcher, squeezer, rabbit thingy, da-da-da, and they're all different fart sounds.
You're the real Carol Vorderman. Did we book the wrong... Because I wanted to book the clever one off the show with the numbers.
So
Who did we book? Who's she? Downloading. Sean, presumably you've never downloaded
Look at him. Look at this. Of course he's never downloaded. What do you expect him to have, like a USB port in his arm or something? Look.
No, whatever he said.
OK, do the audience think illegal downloading from the internet is stealing? What do you
Probably
think?
not.
You
Probably don't.
You're going to go for?
I think they don't.
You say no, what are you going for, Jason?
I think yes.
OK, I can tell you that 59% of our audience think illegal downloading is not stealing. People say you shouldn't buy illegal copies of DVDs because it funds the drug trade. But if you can't make money selling heroin, you really should try something else. Best thing about the countryside?
Having a nature week.
You live pretty much on a farm, don't you? Is it a farm?
I do live on a farm, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a working farm?
Works very well, thanks.
Your team does this evening, John, if you don't mind me saying, look like a farmer's convention. In a good way. In a good way. It just looks as if you're all here going, well, we'd like to learn a lot more about combine harvesters this week.
I think the joys of the countryside are subtle, aren't they?
Cow pat.
Subtle.
I think it's the best. Just that they called it cow pat. I think it's brilliant.
Quite easily pleased, Stacey.
Did you ever go cow tipping? Everyone pushes over a cow and they're like... Get back up again.
Have you ever done that? Have you? It's a lot of fun.
Fly tipping is very intricate. The best thing about the country is hanging around the woods and waiting for Alex James to run past. In all his gear. It's very funny.
I'd like to do it naked. I would like to run naked through the countryside.
Well, you own quite a big bit of land. You could just do that on your own land. They can't stop you, I don't think.
No, just everywhere.
There's something... A man running naked is never good. There's some flippity-floppity going on there. What do you like most about the countryside, David?
I like the lawlessness of it.
But given the frequency of murders in Midsummer and how late John Nettles solves them, imagine if you lived anywhere other than that, you could get away with a murder. Because he only just gets it anyway. If I lived in another village you didn't live in, I could definitely harpoon the cricket scorer.
Jack, you ever been to the country?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it? Hate it?
I like shooting owls. They got no right flying around at night. All the birds merely go to bed at night time. They don't do that. So I don't have any truck with that.
That sounds like the sort of thing a psychopath would write in blood on a wall, going, I killed the owls because the birds go sleep night time. Really, you don't really shoot all the owls anyway.
No,
you were just having a bit of fun.
It was just for comic effect.
Come on, everyone, relax a bit. I'll tell you what I like about the countryside is the vibrant wife-swapping communities. I mean, you can get unlucky. You go, oh, it's Auntie Sue again.
Still, she makes a terrific breakfast. Best thing about the countryside, I'll give you a clue.
Is it seeing Land Rovers in their natural habitat? Roaming free across. A lot of kids have never seen them in the wild.
They serve beer.
The pubs.
That's the right answer.
The pubs.
Yes, the best thing about the countryside is country pubs. I stayed in the countryside and every night I found myself in the ploughman's arms. He was so hunky I just couldn't help myself. 19% of people would swap their partner for a robot. Is that true or false?
It depends on the robot, doesn't it? You know, like that box, you wouldn't want that. No one would want that.
I think 90% of women might swap a husband for a
Yeah.
robot, but the other way, I don't know if you'd swap your wife, because...
Well, they are.
Because
women already are. You've only got to go to Ann Summers. They're already on the way to swapping us for machines. Once women learn how to carry heavy stuff, we're finished with.
Sean, what do you think? Would you swap your partner for a robot?
No, I wouldn't do that. That would be crazy. And I don't imagine I'd trust the person who offered me that deal. Someone came up to me, they said, would you swap your partner for this robot? I'd say, I don't know, there's going to be a catch in here somewhere. I'd say no. I'd say, no, I'm going to go to a wife-swapping robot comparison website. See if I can get a better deal out there.
19% of people would swap their partner for a robot. True or false?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You've got to read it the other way around. That means that, 81%.
Well done.
Wouldn't.
Phew.
And that's the point. Pressure was on there. He jumped in my head. 72. I was like, no, I know it's not 72. But my head was going like, Carol's there, she's gonna fucking laugh at you.
19% of people would swap their partner for a robot. True or false? What do you go for, Jason?
I think false. Do you think false?
I think it's true, but you go with it. You haven't been married as long
We'll
as
go
me.
false.
You're going false. OK, you're going false. What are you going to go for?
False.
You're going false? OK, I can tell you the answer is true. No. 19% of people would swap their partner for a robot. Of course, if I were to replace my girlfriend with a robot, I wouldn't want her to be simply tossed on the scrap heap. I'd want her to be covered in old fridges so she couldn't get out. John, Patsy and Jack, pick a question.
I think we're going to have to go for the full English breakfast.
Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The beans, they're too expensive for me, though.
OK, here's your related question. What does the British nation prefer, the Queen or a full English breakfast?
To eat?
Yeah.
It's a weird question to get asked, isn't it?
It's the sort of thing some nutcase at a bus stop would can't go, do you like the Queen or fry up? Queen or fry up now! Queen or fry up now! I make my own shoes.
I can't think I've ever woken up hungover and thought, God, I need a picture of the Queen. People don't like the Queen anyway.
Yes,
I mean,
they
really...
do.
Not as much as sausage.
The Queen is massive now.
The Queen is massive
Yeah,
now.
yeah, the Queen. I don't think the Queen's
You're
ever
getting
been
slightly more
popular.
street, aren't you? The Queen is massive now.
We've just had the royal wedding and all of that. The Queen is hugely popular.
They still would prefer a fry-up.
I met the Queen once, and she came up to me and she said, "And what do you do?"
But
Were you
for
on the
Queen.
news at the time? That's a
I
real
was.
slam.
No, I said, "Oh, I do the news on Channel 4," and she said, "Oh, I don't watch Channel 4."
Fuck you, lady. Fuck you. I'm livid. You don't ever watch Channel 4?
She doesn't
I'm not
watch-
buying stamps anymore. I'm going to send everything DHL. I have no interest in your operation.
She's never seen Come Dine With Me.
I bet she watched Big Fat Gypsy Weddings. And she thought, you know, most of them are pixelated. She thought that's what they look like. Channel 4 must have used up their entire pixelation budget on that show. Well, this is John Joe, and he's worried about compromising his scrap metal business.
Well, I don't know. The Queen's quite similar. I reckon she would have watched Big Fat Gypsy Wedding because it's just, you know, people that don't really do
Everyone
anything.
watched that, didn't they?
They
Sort of
live
live
off.
off-
They live off the state, and they're interested in horses. It's basically the same as her.
I don't personally. I'll come out and say I don't like the Queen. I think it's absurd that we have a Queen. Basically, what we're saying is that we're no more sophisticated than bees. Bees have a queen, and their queen actually does something. Lays eggs, and is massive. Their queen is about 20 times bigger than them. So you go, fair enough, you can be queen. You're 50 times bigger than us, and you lay eggs. Our queen just doesn't even open doors.
They always say, when people, like, a royal bashing, they always say it's like, it's a tourist attraction, the royal family brings in loads through tourism, and I sort of thought, he's a tourist attraction, but he's not a great one. Like, Alton Towers, that's a really good tourist attraction.
Yeah.
I want to see Buckingham Palace of Adventures. I want to see the Queen in a bikini with a water slide. I want to see Charles offering kids rides on Camilla down the beach. It's not good enough.
OK, so what are you going to go for?
I think we've got to go full English. Yeah, we've got
You're
to go
going full English. OK. Sean, what are you going to go for?
I'll say this. Most people go full English, but then vegetarians wouldn't. But most vegetarians, I reckon, don't like the Queen.
That's probably
true, isn't it? Because they're all bloody commies, aren't they?
You have overthought this spectacularly.
So it's hard. But I'll go full English.
You're going full English. I can tell you the answer is 77% of Brits prefer a full English breakfast to the Queen. Yeah. Of course, the modern full English breakfast consists of a packet of fags, a WKD, Twix and the morning after pill. In a poll to find the ideal place where naturists would like to spend a hot afternoon, back garden came second. What came top?
I went to a naturist place once in Holland, and I didn't know I was going there, but they took our clothes, and I was expecting a towel back, and there was nothing.
Right.
And they had like an English-style pub. Right by the bar, there's a pool table. And I tell you something, naked pool, yeah, is the most shocking thing you've ever seen. When they go down, they size it up, they're like, right like that. Really having a good look around. And this guy, I'm not kidding, it was a big pool table. He went down the pool table like that, and his bollocks were in the middle pocket.
It's got to be a temptation to do a trick shot, hasn't there?
Or put two 50s in the slot and go...
Connie, where would you like to be naked?
I think naturists would like to be on a beach or in a park.
I imagine naturists are quite the show-offs as well. If they come over with a couple of coffees, you know what I mean? Like, coffee, anyone? No, I'm all right. Donut?
OK, so where are you going to go for?
Jim, I think it's probably some kind of naturist club.
I will give you that. Yes, the ideal place naturists would like to spend a hot afternoon is the British Naturist Club. I've seen a naturist back garden when she bent over to pick up the volleyball. Jason, what do you like the look of?
Duncan wants to go for ABBA.
You've chosen ABBA. In the week that Mamma Mia was released, we asked the studio audience, do you think that ABBA should reform? Yes or no?
They've got a new film out, haven't they, Mamma Mia?
Yeah.
That's just
They
come
were
out.
offered £1 billion to reform.
£1 billion?
£1 billion.
A trillion it was. It was a multi-trillion billion.
What I never realised how much taller the guys are than the women. And one of them looks like a hobbit, doesn't he?
She lived with a stalker.
The only fit one.
And then realised it was a stalker. And then
following
she
her
asked
every
him to
room?
leave. And guess what? He was reticent.
Did he actually say that? She said, leave. He went, I'm reticent.
I swear to God, sometimes I watch television, I watch proper documentaries.
The stalker's the perfect person to marry because they're into all the same things you are. You know, they're always there for you.
Duncan, have you had stalkers?
Yeah, they're weird, man.
Yeah, that's stalkers.
They're weird, yeah. It'd be good if they were
Yeah,
always...
shit, innit? Like, some of them make you feel awkward, innit?
They just don't respect your boundaries. That's the problem. They don't respect your physical boundaries.
All right.
I would say there's enough reforms going on. Everyone's reforming every 5 minutes. I imagine you'll be at it in a few...
No.
No, not at all? Not fancy reforming?
There was a big thing in Heat the other week saying, please get back
What, is he
together.
a Terminator? Is he going to become a puddle and then come back together? I've been in love with a robot.
Yes or no?
No. What
No.
are you going with?
Yes.
I'm going with no.
I'm going to go with Duncan from Blue. No.
I can tell you the answer is no. 66% of our audience don't think ABBA should get back together.
Well done, mate. Good work. Good lad.
If you haven't seen Mamma Mia, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's shit.